Okay, so how is 2025 going already, and how do you expect it to continue to go as the year progresses? So, thus far, it has been a slower start. We've definitely had previous years where it started off much stronger than it is this year. We're expecting that trend to kind of continue because right now rates are above 7%, and that it seems like that 7% mark is what really makes a difference in the market. So until interest rates drop below 7%, we're going to expect things to continue to be slower. So then the question is, when are interest rates going to go down? They initially, like earlier on last year, like as we've been making projections, it seemed like rates were going to be going down more this year. And as the year progressed, those projections got pulled back more and more and more. Initially, it was predicted there was going to be a few this year, and then they were like, maybe just a couple. And then they're like, maybe just one rate cut in 2025. And now it's really like, we don't know if there's going to be any. There probably will be one, but there also might not be. The most recent jobs report came out quite a bit stronger than they were needing it to come out in order to support a rate cut. So with that, there's different angles though. Like rates aren't going down and that's slowing things down. But at the same time, there's so many people that have not been moving because rates are high, and they've been living in houses that are either too big for them or too small for them, and they just need to move. And so it's been a buildup of both demand and inventory, of both people wanting to buy and people wanting to sell, who are gonna finally, and a lot of them already have, and more will continue to be like, you know what, like rates are high and that's hard. And I just need, like my kids are getting bigger, they can't share a room anymore, and they need their own space. So I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and get a house that's larger and is gonna have a higher interest rate. So there's many scenarios like that, and as time's been progressing, more and more people are getting to a point where they're not able to live with the difficulty and the pain that they've been living with so far with that. So we're expecting that trend to continue, and if and when rates do actually go down, we expect to see a surge in activity on both the buy side and the sell side. Right now, things are generally going slower because sellers, most of them don't have to move, and so they don't have to budge on their price. And as such, they're keeping their prices where they are, and they're not willing to negotiate as much. Likewise, on the other side, buyers are dealing with higher interest rates. So they're already being pulled. And because they're being pulled, they're not willing to budge as much either. And they're scrutinizing every listing to make sure that they get the best deal. So it's there's a lot of tension right now. And sellers have to be careful as they're setting their price to be right at fair market value, because if they set it higher, they will have to reduce. And sometimes that results in them selling at market value ultimately once they do reduce. Sometimes it results in them selling for less than market value. So you really want to do your best to get it as close to right from the beginning, and be careful not to overprice, because it frequently results in things going worse for you. As a buyer, like you just have to, analyze like what your payment is going to be, and what kind of as you're looking at houses, like look at, okay, like how closely does this fit like my needs, and is it going to be something that I'm going to need to buy a new house a few years down the road, and is this going to just check all the boxes? You just want to go through it, and you can negotiate, but if you want a house, you can't be too aggressive. You can, but most sellers don't really need to sell, so they're not too motivated. So with that, there's just a lot of tension on both sides. So if you are looking to buy or sell this year, these are things that we can navigate, and we can navigate them well. If you're trying to sell, there's ways that we make sure your house goes to market with the best foot forward from the very beginning, in both how you price it and how you present it and the marketing and everything, so that you can get the most that you can get out of the market that we have right now. As a buyer, we have great systems to try to help you get the best deal that you possibly can given the current market conditions. So if you're wanting to do anything this year, just reach out to me and let me know, and we'll work on putting together a plan for you so that you can succeed. Have a great year, and we'll talk soon.